Welcome back to another My Hero Academia review. Today is Season 3, Episode 21, or 59 overall. I'm Justin.
What is up? I'm Logan.
And together with Couch Talk. As always, we're anime viewers only, no source material, and we're going to discuss episodes and give our scores at the end. You ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
So yeah, clearly we took last week off because it was just a filler, who cares episode. Now we're back into the meat.
the
Pie, meat of the pie or something. There's some phrasing going on.
meat, the pie.
The meat, there's pie. We're in there somewhere. Basically starts off talking about how I kept mentioning, I guess, before how they're going to be focusing on their abilities to be in a group and to work with just people in general. I thought that would be an important aspect.
The little
And
committee people.
Yeah, their exam committee. They're talking about how we basically need a strong sense of unity to fill the gap that's left by All Might.
Right.
We can't just wait for one guy, so we need everyone to be able to combine their powers. Basically.
They're pretty much like, we don't have anyone to replace All Might. There's no one near that level. So to compensate, let's make like a high quality hero army, pretty much.
Essentially,
like only start accepting, people like probably more worthy of it.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get actually more into how the exam works. They start, it's like 100 points or something like that. And as long as they don't fall below 50, they'll pass, essentially. But I'm sure you're hearing some screaming in the background. There's some people here watching football. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if it's like as soon as you hit 50, you failed, or if you could go back up past 50.
The way it was
sounded
worded,
like you failed if you hit
right.
it.
The way it was worded is like you have these set of points, and if you go below 50, you're done. Because I think it's a test you pretty much start with every point. It's like we've assumed you do everything right, but every time you make mistakes, we're gonna take points off.
Yet. And you have no idea until the end. Right. And you have an individual committee watching each individual hero. So you have like 100 people just giving out scores, plus you got the people on the field that were giving out points.
Right.
So you have all sorts of stuff going on. Like,
they have eyes everywhere.
So you only knew if you lost points from the people you were rescuing if they said something, but you had no idea about the guy who's sitting there staring at your ass the whole time.
Right.
Like, no, that ain't right.
Oh.
But yeah, so learn exactly how the exam works. And then, of course, the villains had come in, so they're going straight in towards the...
Gang ORCA is here.
Dude, Shindo stepped up, and he was like, I'm going to take them all down. Hell, he's like, I'm the front line. I got this. He took out a lot of them, like the little small fries at least.
Yeah, Gang ORCA rolls with like minions. He really looks like a villain in every way.
He is. He truly is. And he can just paralyze people. He just straight up paralyzed Shindo right off the bat with his sound wave. And they are using like kind of like dampeners. Like they weren't to
right.
full
It was
potential.
like kind of like how like in last season's final test, they have like some sort of ability restricting things.
Yes. And of course, those cement guns are probably weighing down the regular.
I mean, they're holding literal cement, so it's probably pretty heavy.
They're just shooting cement guns at people. But this is where everyone starts to come in. You got like Todoroki,
Inasa.
Yeah, him, but the other two UA ones you got that came up, Asui and
Sue and
Ojiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's those. They came in, which they just kind of help with the evacuation until later, where they made a play. But Inasa and Todoroki are the two main. They're the main focus of this episode.
I would say this was they were pretty focused on. And I mean, we do get we see why Inasa kind of hates Todoroki.
Yeah, and I actually really like Inasa throughout this episode. Like, he basically doesn't have like a favorite hero like others would. He just likes heroes overall. Or, like, he looks at them as these All Might's basically like the perfect what hero should be, and all the other heroes are trying to act to be like him. That's basically how Inasa is. He thinks everyone should be like that, outgoing, forward, like there for the people kind of thing. Unlike Endeavor, who's just
Right.
so resentful that he's not number one. That it's just hate towards like All Might.
I mean, Endeavor is an asshole. Like that's been
Yeah.
that has been
They're like,
established.
Inasa just wanted the signature, man. Like any other hero would have done it, and Endeavor just slaps him away, like out of my way.
Right.
He doesn't seem like a hero. It's just like he just has a goal, and that's to pass All Might. He doesn't actually care about anything else that comes with it.
Right.
And then Todoroki kind of came off the same way when Inasa met him.
I mean,
Todoroki didn't mean that, but it's just...
it's a pretty safe assumption. You're like, hey, this guy's a huge asshole, and then his son showed similar vibes toward me, so he's probably a huge asshole. So I hate you guys if you're gonna be dicks.
Todoroki just never realized that because he was also trying to pass his father essentially the same way that his father was trying to pass All Might.
Right. It was ironic how he didn't want to be like his father, but he was being exactly like his father.
And that's essentially why Todoroki didn't want to go to that school. He's like, you know what? I don't want to be with this guy who's just an asshole all the time.
Right. I mean, yeah. I guess he could assume they would be in the same class because if they're both, recommendations.
Yeah, exactly. And he also beat him in a couple of competitions that they were doing. So safe assumption he'd be up there together.
Right. And it's not like there isn't other schools. It's just UA's the top school.
Yeah. And at least in one of the other schools, they give him the ability to compete more or so with Todoroki, whereas when you're in the same school, you're not exactly true competing against each other. You're kind of working together more so. And he didn't want to, work with someone he knows he couldn't work with. But, Deku made them get back in their right mindset after they messed everything up. They were about to hit Shindo because they couldn't work together. They couldn't focus, so ORCA was able to knock their asses around.
Deku, they continue building how Deku is this inspiration or this he's kind of like their leader, but not verbally. He's not gonna give them a whole motivational speech, but through his actions. It's he's pretty much trying to copy All Might to a T, in every way. So he kind of shows the rest of the group. It's hey, we should be like that more. Which,
yeah, exactly. And they were about to roast Shindo. He was just chilling over there. Because Shindo, he was playing he didn't actually get paralyzed. He was just setting up a trap or whatever. But he might have been able to get out, maybe. But at the same time, he was still kind of numb, just not fully numb. So, thanks to I guess his own power rattling his brain around.
That would make sense if you constantly send out vibrations. You probably had a headache for so long. He's just immune to his own headaches now.
So yeah, I was gonna say something there. I kind of forgot. I think it was gonna be about Deku, but whatever. He helps them realize, yeah, exactly. Todoroki was finally able to take the moment to look at himself to realize what he's been doing the whole time. And of course, Inasa takes the same moment to realize, man, we've been kind of messing this way. And they're able to work together to make the little vortex. They finally were able to do it. And we had the examining guys before that were well, they were doing good until now. They were not some points. They probably got some points back with their little vortex technique.
Yeah.
But they kind of got lucky there towards the end of the test just ending before ORCA was able to...
Right. I was actually so hyped to see Deku versus ORCA, but they teased us. They ended it right before.
Yeah, Deku came in, was able to get a good hit in there. And we also saw Asui coming out with her little camouflage ability that she worked on too.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Like an actual frog. So
yeah.
Some frogs can, not all. A lot of them can. Uh, but yeah, Deku was able to break a piece of Orca's thing. Like Orca there at the end was like he was impressed. He was like, if this kept going on, like
Yeah, he's like, I don't think I could have done it, or it would have been, it would have been cool fight. I wanted to see it. I was like, please don't end it.
yeah, but Bakugo and the other two were able to save the last one. I don't know how many people they even saved. Or
I was really,
they didn't do anything really to lose points.
right. I was really, really surprised Bakugo didn't, immediately go fight. Because I feel like
He's
that's
probably all the way on the other end and exploding.
right.
He's like,
But even
man.
still, I mean, Bakugo is very smart and tactical. He's probably like, if I go, waste a bunch of time going all the way over there, it's not efficient or effective.
Yeah, he can't move like as quickly as like Inasa. Inasa can
Right.
just fly.
I mean, he
super fast.
could, but
Todoroki could go on his slide. Yeah,
his
he
is
would
a
use
bit
lot
more
of-
dangerous because it's explosions.
Yeah, you have to be a little more careful with it. It's not as quick, but
But yeah.
we get set up with Deku looking for his name at the end. He's like, Midorita. It's hilarious. So they put it up as Deku instead or something. So he's looking in the M's and he's supposed to be looking in the D's.
Do you think anyone failed?
I would. They didn't show a whole bunch of other people during this main test here.
Right. I actually wouldn't be completely surprised if Todoroki and Inasa both failed. Because of
how badly they
right,
messed
because how
up.
bad they messed up, and the fact that they endangered another hero is like a huge.
And the way it seemed like if you hit 50, you automatic failed. It didn't matter if you gained points after that.
Right.
So it's possible that they dropped enough points there.
I could see that. I wouldn't be completely surprised if that happened.
Because not only did they mess up, they almost hurt a comrade if it wasn't for Deku being there.
Right. Because Deku passed. Come on. He did pretty much everything right.
Yeah.
He helped people.
He lost a few points with the first blow.
Right, but after that, he was pretty solid.
Shindo probably passed too.
Shindo, I would assume, pass. Bakugo, I'm pretty sure passed.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
Honestly,
a bit harsh, but...
I would say Ojiro and Asui passed. No problem.
Maybe some characters off screen.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's quite a bit we didn't get to see.
Right.
We saw talk like that was it.
Like Momo, I figured would pass from last episode.
Yeah, a lot of them did a lot decently, but the way it started, where like you basically have to mess up to fail. I wouldn't be surprised if basically majority passed, like almost everyone.
Yeah, I wonder if
But
Cammy passed. Cause didn't she like run off on her own?
she did just disappear for this.
Because that seems like a not very. Because even the guy brought up, we want to see how well they work with others. And I mean, we didn't even get a scene with her, but like I do remember them mentioning her like going off.
No, yeah, she left the main Shiketsu.
Right.
I don't know actually, like what she did. Like, there's a lot of people I could say that though.
Like they
I don't
didn't.
even know
Right.
if everyone at UA passed.
They didn't really show like a ton of people like doing a bunch of good stuff. Like they were like here and there.
This episode was just Todoroki and Inasa.
Right.
The way it focused so much on them, I would say they passed, but it's also possible they failed.
Right. I'm gonna say Inasa and Todoroki failed. That's what I'm gonna go with. That's my guess. I'm gonna say they failed because of their really shitty actions at first. I mean, they did make up for it, but I think the test was laid out like we said. Once you're under, you're done.
Yeah, that's definitely what it felt like. It felt like as soon as you hit that 50, you were done. Because that's what he said. Once you fall below 50, you fell. He didn't say, like, oh, if you end below 50, you
right.
failed.
Or he didn't say you need to stay above 50, implying like you can get points. He just said once it's below, it's like, all right. We'll see, though. Next episode, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if everyone from UA passed.
They might have some.
If failed, obviously that means they did, but there's a few. We just didn't get too much of them.
We'll see. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
there's not
see.
much we can do. It's hard to speculate when you weren't given all the, info.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to jump into
that's it for the
scores?
episode. Jump to scores? Yeah.
Um,
Uh, okay, man. All right, go.
no, oh, I agree. You want me to go?
No, go. Yeah, go.
I'd say a solid 8. I really liked it. I really liked Todoroki. I like Inasa. We finally learned, the conflict. That's nice. I mean, it makes sense on both sides. Like, obviously Todoroki wasn't purposely being a dick, but that's just how he was being with his whole, like, attitude towards his dad, which is ironic in itself. Inasa, I can understand why he'd think Todoroki's an asshole because, his dad is, and then his 2 interactions with him, he was a big asshole, so it's like, why else would he think that? I really like how they're using, I brought this up earlier, like, I really like how they're using, like, Deku as, like, the, like, their inspiration. He's kind of like...
Yeah, he's the one that has the strong sense of unity, the example.
Right, he's kind of like the... It's kind of like when people are, like, lost or whatever, they can, like, look to Deku, and it's like, what's he doing? At least by example, by his actions, more so than anything else. But yeah, I liked it. I'm not quite sure what we have next, because, I mean, we have, what, like 4 episodes? 4 episodes?
There's 25 total, so yeah.
Yeah, so 4. I don't know what's...
I think the special counted as an actual episode count.
Yeah. Probably.
Which kind of sucks.
Well, usually there's 24, I think, standardly.
Oh, yeah, there is, yeah. So, okay, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, but we'll see.
Because we're pretty much done with the test. There's not much
right, like,
further to go
they get
on.
their license and maybe a little... I don't know.
Cliffhanger for the next season. Yeah, I'm going to give it 8.5. I agree with everything you said. I actually really like Inasa. I'm glad we got more of him. Hopefully we get more of him in the future. Because he's just really cool. He's got the passion.
And he's strong. Like, he's super strong.
Super strong. Like, he might be the strongest, like, of the students so far.
He'd fit really well with UA. Because remember how they brought up UA as, like, a control? Like, they're really good at controlling. He is literally perfect for that. Like...
True. But, yeah, it's just a really solid episode. A lot of fun. And we got to focus on some of the big key characters. Not Bakugo, though. But
that was surprising, but, I mean, I'm not upset by it. He had his...
Yeah, I'm not upset at all. This is a really solid episode. And ORCA was just...
ORCA was so cool.
It was unbelievably cool, this episode. And yeah, this is where I'm going to sit it.
That's it. Now it's time. Spiel time.
You know it has a strong sense of unity when everyone comes together and hits that like button, subscribe, and hits the notification bell to be notified every time we upload. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the episode. Didn't like, score it, anything like that. Again, no spoilers, confirming tonight theories, as we are anime viewers only and plenty others are. We have a podcast, We Be Talking. Be sure to check that out. And until next time, peace out.
See ya.